This is Karl Moore talking management for the Globe and Mail. Today I'm delighted to speak to Julian Birkinshaw, who's a senior professor at the London Business School and is married to a Canadian. Good morning, Julian.
Good morning.
We grew up under the world of Michael Porter, the five forces model of a certain view of the world. The view of strategy seems to have changed in the last few years because we have even greater change. We're looking for agility. What are your thoughts on the idea of strategic agility?
Yes, as you say, I mean, Michael Porter's view of the world, the resource-based view of the world, a lot of the standard kind of ways of thinking about strategy assume a certain level of predictability and control of your business environment. What we've seen over the last few years is an increasing volatility, an increasing turbulence in the markets in which we're working, in the technologies that we use and so forth. And paradoxically, it turns out that the more complex the business world becomes, the simpler our strategies have to become in response. Why is that? Because we can't plan everything. What we have to do is essentially create some guiding themes, some guiding rules that give us a sense of direction. But we have to delegate much more power to the people, if you like, on the front lines, who are in a position to react to those opportunities as they emerge, rather than taking everything back to some sort of grand central strategy.
So when we think, isn't that just core competencies, or is it a different set of rules than core competencies might give us?
It's a little bit more nuanced than that. Yes, it is a point of view that says we have to understand what makes us special, our identity, our vision, our distinctive skills. But within that, the opportunities you pursue in a particular country or in a particular market sector are going to be very, very different and very, very specific to that set of instances. And you are asking people to take much more responsibility for sort of almost riffing on those competencies to say to themselves, I know what we're good at, but there's an opportunity here which needs me to go a little bit further. And so it is a core competence view, but it also requires a much greater level of flexibility and agility on the part of the people who are implementing the strategy.
But how do we not just go willy-nilly, taking different approaches all around the world and just kind of get up with this mass of approaches? How do we keep it all together?
Exactly. So, if we let that go to extremes, we end up with complete chaos. And so there is a delicate balance that people at the top, their job is to set a vision, a clear set of parameters, and often a set of simple rules, a set of simple kind of heuristics or guidelines that say, when faced with a situation, these are the rules that you should follow. We're not telling you what to do, but keep in the back of your mind, this is the things that we're good at, this is the things that have worked for us in the past, and this is therefore what we should do in the future. If you take a company like Google, Google is making a lot of money through advertising sponsored search. They're also dabbling in hundreds of other things. And they've got a few simple rules in terms of how they do that. They work with very small teams. They work on the basis that you should be able to test something very, very quickly. It should be something that's linked to their overall mission of organizing the world's information and making it accessible.